Looks so fun.
I'm hoping that is some forthcoming for what we have coming on for the rest of the day. Check out this heat in the water. Opening round, heat number 3. Johanne, currently number 2 in the world, up against Bettylou, Sakura, Johnson, and can't believe you call her a wild card, but that's right, she is a wild card, 5-time world champ. As we get back to live action, Sakura Johnson sneaks away from the pack, a little wide one for Sakura. Sakura pulls in, a little pit right there, spit on the back, and that will start the scoring for this heat. And Sakura is going to get a quick backup here, pulls in and just jumps off the back of her board. So that will be an inconsequential score. The meaningful score will come from Sakura's first wave to set the situation in this heat.
Right there, and she ended up falling. We'll get back to that after Carissa.
Carissa, stop, stall, in the barrel, shoots out of there for the 5-time world champ. And that's going to be a nice start for Carissa Moore. Patient in her approach. Replay here. First, Carissa Moore.
Yeah, check this out. So the difference between those 2 waves from Sakura and Carissa, you see she was backdooring that section. She was much deeper in the banks. And as she took off, she was just holding her line very steady, very solid on her foot. The wave spit a little bit before she pulled in and going over the fumble right there. A second one and coming out. This is gonna be a great score because she was able to put herself in that most critical part of the barrel, which is behind the fumble, as you see it right here. The wave covers her, she goes through that fumble right there and then comes out. Like, she looks stoked because she knows she was deep enough to get a good score and start the heat very well.
Yeah, that was beautifully done. Here we can see it again, Jesse, in slow motion.
Yeah, look at that arm, the left arm that she has just barely touching the water, just kind of measuring how close she can stay from the wall so she doesn't hit the shoulders or hit their head. So it's just very technical from her and just solid surfing.
Carissa coming out of this. She's here with her husband, Luke, and also her coach. She was able to sneak away. Here goes JoJo. Off the bottom, falls. She's going to take a trip over the falls on that one. We'll see.
Once that there's much energy in the wave, I guess we'll get back after Johanne's wave.
Johanne getting funneled. Nice little cone to start off for JoJo. So she's going to get a meaningful score as well. So this heat building up right now. We're waiting for 2 important scores. One for J.Defay, one for Carissa Moore. Those backhand tube riding, and great guy to be in the corner of Carissa. Here we go. A replay of J.Defay.
Yeah, you see that's just a perfect clean wave, and as I mentioned, she was just able to match the speed of the wave. Sometimes you want to be a little bit slower so you can get a bit deeper and look like what Carissa did going through the fumble.
So here we go, Carissa Moore, water angle here, cutting to the straight on shot. Another funnel cake for Carissa Moore. A little trip in the tube, back to back for Moore, so she should be going out in front in this heat. We could see Shane Dorian out in the channel with a watchful eye on Carissa Moore, who he is supporting.
Enjoy that more, as you see right here, the contrast. She's butt dragging right there, so she's using her front leg to slow herself down, as you see right there. Even throws water up the air, and that was just very smart surfing for Carissa and very technical. Smaller wave, smaller barrel, but as far as what you could have done on that wave, she did as much as she could and just looks solid, Carissa, right now.
So judges really digesting these morning scores to get back, and J.Defay again has to pull up on the rail, pulls on the lip just for a second for her backup. So it'll be busy work in the judges' tower right now to get those scores. Score for this ride right here, Jesse.
Yeah, kind of similar idea.
And it's going to be Sakura slides down, sliding into a nice inside cave there. And Sakura Johnson. We're going to wait for the score for that last of Sakura for this right here.
Very similar wave selection from her 4.5, but the difference is right there. She gets behind the curtain. She actually uses her front leg to slow herself down and wipe off the speed. So that just puts herself in a more critical position. See it right there? She's going to use it right there. That in front leg gets deeper, just a little bit in front of the foam bowl, and gets spit out. So that little touch of difference gave her a 1.2 difference on the score, and now she's sitting in a good spot.
Yeah, watching this another time in slow motion, and she put herself into within reach of a lead in the heat.
As you see it right there, just getting behind, very throaty, thick wave right there. Beautiful technique from Sakura, and getting spit out right there. Beautiful wave.
Wave coming through here. It's going to be J.Defay using her second priority, and she goes down there, so that hands over second priority to Sakura Johnson, puts Sakura in a much better situation. Here she goes. Let's see if Sakura forces her hand. She looks over at Bettylou. It says, go ahead, Grom. And another smart decision. She saw that wave, and to your point, if Sakura was probably sitting a little bit wider, maybe that west bowl came into play. Well, Carissa Moore easily into the quarterfinals. We'll see Sakura as well as J.Defay in the elimination round later.
But what is it about this wave and this event that had you asking for and grabbing that jersey?
Well, I'm super excited to be here as a wild card and really grateful that I got the spot. I mean, this is one of the most special waves in the whole world, and I think with the Olympics coming up, this is a wave I think that really deserves time and respect. So I've actually been here for like 3 weeks already, and I've been really enjoying it, and I've been learning a lot. I think the progress for me and the process, getting to work with the local coach Teahupo'o and then Shane Dorian for this event has been really, really cool, and really fortunate.
You started off with a couple of really nice barrels. For most of us surfers out there, myself included, what is it like to drop in on a wave out here and see that perfect vision and come out into this channel?
It's both terrifying and amazing at the same time, because when you see that wall of water kind of building in front of you, even if it's like 3 or 4 foot, it's still really intimidating. But when you make that drop, that rush that you get, and then seeing if you make it, that like uncertainty dancing with that is just like so beautiful. And when you come out, oh my gosh, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Well, another good feeling too in the post-cut landscape, you're straight into the quarterfinals.
I'm psyched, and I was like, going out today, I was like, you know, regardless, whatever happens, either I get to surf again today or I get to surf again in a few days. So I'm psyched that I have another opportunity and I'm still alive.
Well, I think we can all say the more Carissa, the better in waves like this. Let's go.
Yeah, so Carissa Moore into